come back again, ever, to take her money. Next time, bring a pistol. That way you got a chance.
Well, Tommy, finally got your big one.
Terror is on loose, on that loose, that be so beating to that beat, and just be so in terror, that be so having me so heated to that heat, that be so terror, that be so wicked now, to that now, that be so terror, that be so coming to that coming, that be so sway to that lean, that be lean, that be so touchdown to that down, that be so swing now, that be so tear, that be so pump to that pump, that be so flex to that flex, just be so tear, that be so fire to that so smoke, that be so smoke to that smoke, that be so fumed up to that up, that be so tear, that be so getting down on that down on the so tear, that be so fire iced up to the up, that be so busting right down now, that be so getting fired up to that fired up, that be so hooked to that hook, that be so hooked up to that up, that be so coming in hardcore to the core, that be so switching up to the up, that be so styled up to the up to that tear, that be so mixing up to that up, that be so tear, that be so sway to that way, that be so tear, that be so getting jiggy with that jiggy, that be so getting into that up, that be so up in the clouds, that be so clouds to the up, that be so up in that smoke, that be so smoked up to the up, that be so fired iced up to the up, that be so lightning up to the up, that be terror, that be so into that so switch up style, that be so up in that up to that so tear, that be so busting right in on these hooks, that be so fired up to that up, that be so mixing up to that up, that be so having me so coming out in that up, that be so having me so smoking up to that up, that be so in that tear, that be so coming in on this end, that be so having this so tear, that be so having me so switching up to the up, that be so tear.